I think you found the theme music.
I have. Are the levels okay?
Yes, the levels are
I'm going to do the whole podcast like this.
How's the tone? Is the tone okay?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Let's do a podcast.
Let's do it.
Did you just dab?
A very big dab.
You just dabbed as the theme music dropped.
A big dab.
Mental. Oh, he's doing it again. Nice dab.
3 dabs. Yeah, so right, back. Start for 10. Yo,
Hello.
how you doing? He's George.
He's Angus.
I've thrown myself off with the dabs.
Oh, dabs lady.
Welcome to Start for 10. This is a podcast.
Apparently.
Yeah. We've done 42 of them.
42?
This is the 42nd one.
God, there's 8 to go until 50. Well, no. Yeah, 8 to go.
Yeah,
8 to go until 50.
That's a big deal, isn't it?
That's mental. That's a milestone.
It is a milestone.
It's a milestone.
Have you done anything good this week?
This week, what's happened?
Somebody, it's funny.
No, nothing.
Somebody said to me
happened.
this week that you're the most boring man in the world because
Good.
nothing has ever happened every week. You're like, oh, anything happened? No, never. No, mate, nothing.
Yeah, it's true. I actually keep it all secret. But no, I'm actually a spy. No, nothing's happened.
Yeah,
I've just been working.
for GCHQ.
Angus, we've talked about this. Give anything away and Rory goes. No, nothing's really happened. It's been a very normal week.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, nothing dramatic.
Well,
And
we
you?
are now. I just had a fairly normal-ish week, to be honest.
Yeah.
Good, just ticking along. But the biggest news is that we are now in the completed,
The new.
updated, the new room, or the new podcast room,
Yeah,
complete with lights and a new sofa.
yeah, it is special.
It's so much more
I have
comfy.
to
I'm going to
say.
admit, there's a much better
It's
feng shui about the
the
place.
feng shui is up there.
We've got better eye contact.
Oh, it's such good eye contact.
I mean, we're just literally sat facing each other
literally
at 2 feet now.
Well, see, the sofa's quite small. It's like a 2-seater, and we're just actually directly looking into each other's eyes. The
Staring
microphone's
in.
a bit. We're actually sharing a microphone.
Yeah.
now, because we didn't need 2.
We do it a bit differently these days.
Yeah, so it's much more
Yeah, and we feel we get a better connection.
much better.
Yeah.
The lighting helps.
The lighting definitely helps.
The lighting's nice.
But that's that
Nice colours.
subtle. I think it's under Arctic aura at the moment.
Arctic aura.
Yeah, don't you troll that.
Wow.
Exactly, it is an Arctic aura.
Nice.
Right, next thing.
Something very special.
This is a special. This was a listener request on the
Yes.
beer, which make this happen more, and will make it happen because this was a bloody
Yes.
good suggestion. This week, we are drinking Erdinger Weber. I don't think you have to say that. I think you just say weird.
Weibeer, isn't it?
Weibeer. I think we just
Yeah.
say Erdinger.
What Weissbrau? I think it's German. I haven't read the bottle yet. Yes, it's German. It's from Deutschland.
Deutschland.
Or Germany, as we call it. 5.3. Nice. Continental strength lager.
Yes.
It is a light beer, or a wheat beer, as it's called. It's a cloudy lager. Quite fizzy.
Yeah, real fizzy.
Fizzy
lively.
in the mouth. In the mouth. In the glass,
Fizzy on
it's
the
fine.
palate.
Fizzy. It's one of those lagers that it touches your tongue and goes, and it's just foam.
But it does do that.
But
that means it delivers the flavour. It delivers the flavour
gets delivered on
differently.
the palate.
I say the same about coffee
Yeah.
because don't knock this. If somebody makes you a coffee and you have a latte,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that what you want is. It doesn't mean what you wanted was just a white coffee with a bit of crappy froth on the top.
No, that's not what you want.
You wanted a latte.
You
which
want a
meant
foam
that-
explosion.
Which meant that with every sip of coffee, it comes through, it rides through
Oh, yeah.
on a wave of microfoam.
Oh, my God.
It delivers the flavour differently. I say this to people all the time.
Yep.
And now they don't get it. But
I know what you mean. I had a
Exactly.
very important lesson when I was on holiday once.
Hmm.
I just ordered a cocktail. Nothing stupid, I don't know. It was like a vodka martini or something.
it wasn't that
Not
one
like
from
a-
last week.
No, not like that. Nothing weird. And anyway, they always serve cocktails with a little straw, don't they? No matter what the glass, normally you get this little straw. Okay?
Did it have a firework? Did it have fire?
No, it didn't have a firework. It wasn't that fancy.
A bear climbing a post.
It was a manly cocktail. Okay.
An umbrella.
It should have had an olive.
Sparkler.
No, none of that. Didn't have an umbrella. That was disappointing. Actually, didn't have an umbrella. Anyway, it came with a little straw. So you give it a little stir. You give it a little sip. And you think, oh yeah, it's nice, that's nice, it's nice. Anyway, this barman on holiday, you always get an enthusiastic barman on holiday. Yes. There's always one. Anyway, I really like this guy, he was great. Anyway, and he's like, no. I'm like, crap, what have I done? Oh my God, what have I done? And he was like, you don't sip through straw. No, like this. It is broken English. He was like, you straw to stir.
Oh.
Drink. Like this. So... And then he went on to explain, I'm not going to do the accent because it's insulting. Apparently...
I was enjoying it.
Apparently, you drink the cocktail from the glass because as it falls into your mouth, it covers your tongue and the flavour then spreads across your tongue.
Jet.
Rather than when you suck through a straw and it just hits like the back of your tongue. So that's the logic. So if you ever have like a cocktail, anything, like a gin and tonic even, drink it out of the glass, not through the straw, and the flavour's better. And I'm sure it's just placebo effect, but it tasted better.
Yeah, and it looks a lot more elegant than...
And you don't look like a...
Yeah, you don't look like a child.
Yeah, so there you
Straws
go.
are for children, really.
There you go, everyone. There you go. I'm sure that was interesting, but there you go.
Yeah, and also they rim the glasses, don't they? So they put stuff on there.
The
so I mean,
in dodgy places like Marbella or whatever, I don't know, somewhere where there's lots of tourists, very high, populations of drunk people. Yeah, they rim the glasses. It's a thing. I don't know how frequent it is, but it's a known thing that instead of putting actual spirits in the glass, they just run the glass around the inner dish of vodka, so that when you take your first sip, you can taste it on the rim. But there's actually hardly any vodka, if any at all, in the drink itself.
That's an interesting con. I didn't know that was a thing.
I thought that's what you were talking about.
No, I thought you meant by they put like posh. You put like sugar on the rim and stuff and that kind of stuff. Because if you don't touch the rim, you don't experience that part of the drink.
That's true. No, you're right. But no, that is true.
Is also,
but this is also a good point.
I mean, if you're going to run a low key con in like
Marbella
or
somewhere in Ibiza or
Benidorm, I think that's the kind of thing you do.
Yeah, they do. Apparently, it's a thing. But then that kind of poo-poos my idea of not using a straw, because in that case, if you'd used a straw, then you would have noticed.
I liked how you said poo-poo.
Poo-poo.
It poo-poos my idea.
But let's face it, any Brit who goes, no vodka in that, they're not going to, are they? Unless you're Catherine Tate, you're not going to do it, are you?
No, you're probably not. And also, the guy's going to go, there is, and you're going to go, all right, mate.
Oh, all right then.
This is going to be a weird standoff.
Well, he should have ordered a double, shouldn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
You're not
going to
exactly.
You're going to have a horribly awkward standoff if you try and say anything.
So actually, ignore everything I said. It's total trash. Total trash advice.
I'm going away on my first all-inclusive holiday that I've been on since...
That's exciting.
I think this is my first ever one, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the first package holiday I've been on since I went to a trip to Lanzarote with my parents when I was like 6 or 7. And I mean, so things have probably changed in this world. So
Package holidays
have probably changed.
No Thompson's Kid Clubs anymore.
Oh, I see. You say there's no Thompson's Kid Club, but however, there is a cat cafe where you can go and watch the cats being fed 3 times a day.
That's quite cute. I don't really know why that's anything to do with kids.
Sounds absolutely bonkers to me. It's an adult-only resort. Yeah.
Okay.
It's an adult-only resort. And all the time when you say adult-only, it always makes it sound real seedy.
It does. Every time.
Everything, as soon as
Every single time it makes me think it's just like a swingers hotel.
Yeah, it makes it sound like a swingers resort.
Yeah, it does.
But it's not a swingers resort.
Sure.
However, the bars close at 4. But
really?
You'll be glad to know that...
They reopen again later?
No, you'll be glad to know... No, the 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
You'll be glad to know that a boat leaves the harbour at 4:30 if you want to carry on drinking. So, it's not some sort of rowdy...
That's mad.
Yeah, Jesus Christ knows
in Lanzarote?
No, we're going to Turkey.
Oh,
that's why I'm going away.
Sorry. Yeah.
So I'm quite excited. If I survive a 4:30 night on a boat... drinking through till...
Just don't wind up in, like...
legit dawn.
Egypt or something.
I'm not too cool. I'm not too keen about actually going to sea off of Turkey.
No, probably not a great idea.
No, probably that's a bit... Maybe we'll stay out of the water. But No, that'll be really good. I'm excited.
Yeah.
And I am going to absolutely fully abuse
Privileges.
the privileges of.
Well, this was
all-inclusive.
the holiday I'm talking about was last year, and you don't freaking go
it's so
ordering
nice.
cocktails and a
Yeah, because it's so nice. Because
normal holiday.
I probably wouldn't drink. Vodka
but
cranberry
you
all
don't
the
really
time.
need it, do you?
But you'll just be like, oh, do you know what? I really fancy.
Well, this is the
vodka
thing.
cranberry.
Like, so in the afternoons, we'd be like, "Do you want a vodka tonic or gin tonic?" Like, yeah, right. And make like and
if you were in a hotel, that would be like for two of
Yeah.
you. That'd be like 13, 14
it would,
quid.
yeah. And I knocked over a drink when we were on holiday, and it was the first time I think I've ever knocked over a drink and gone, "Oh well, just get another one."
Well, and then you just reached over and just tipped over another one. You just walk past people's glasses, just tipping over.
Power tripping on the. Don't worry, mate. I'll get you another one.
Don't worry, mate. I'll get you another. Just tipping over people's food.
Don't worry, mate. I'll get you some more.
Traipsing your hand through
I'm
someone's
on the way.
dinner. Can we get another one of these in, mate? Oi, waiter. Just reload.
Oh my god, brilliant. So yeah,
Is there like a fair use policy?
I think you're not allowed to buy or get two at a time or something.
Oh no, I'm not going
Something
to.
like if you're on your
I'm not
own,
going to double park.
if you're on your own,
not a
you
savage.
can't get more than two. But no, over the course of the holiday, I don't think there is a fair use policy.
Yeah, but what you know that sketch from Mitchell and Webb where they're sat where they go into that. There's those two obviously clearly alcoholics, and they go into that bar, and they're sat there like, "How about we have a vodka chaser?" And then it cuts back, and there's just like 50 glasses round them.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's to stop
I
you
don't
just
know.
sitting at a bar and
I'll have
absolutely
another.
sending yourself to oblivion,
I don't know.
just waving your wristband at the guy?
Maybe. Well, there was security at our place, and maybe security would come in at that point and be like, "Go to bed. You've had enough."
Well, I don't.
But the bar's open at like 10 o'clock in the morning as well,
Yeah.
so it's like it's just nuts. You could get so drunk. So drunk.
Yeah, but that's if you're like part of the Weatherspoons
This
Guinness
is
with
the
the
thing.
all-day breakfast crowd, surely.
Well, yeah. They can kick you out of the pool bar, but then you just pop up to the
You
evening
just
bar.
go to a different bar.
Go to the other one. Or go to the restaurant and have some wine.
Yeah, for my dad listens to this, so just to let you know, Dad, I don't plan on.
No, that won't be happening.
When you're listening to this-
we're just talking about theoretically
This
what
is
you
theoretically.
could do,
I'm not going to do
on an
that.
all-inclusive holiday, yeah.
Yes.
Make sure you have the odd little cocktail, though. Because
I will.
a lot
I'll
of them, like,
disperse.
you pay more for the special ones, but don't bother, they're rubbish.
I'm not going to do that.
Go with, like vodka martinis. It's so good. And you'd never do it
Shaken, not
yourself.
stirred.
Yeah, well, whatever. But you wouldn't do that like yourself. And it's just when you're mixing spirits, like you'd never have those spirits at home.
Yeah.
It's just good fun. And it's so cheap nowadays, isn't it?
It is. Right.
Affordable, I should say, not cheap.
No, it is actually no. In all seriousness, it does
It's
work
very
out cheap
affordable.
because I don't know. It's like it was 400 quid essentially, right? £400 for a week away, which was 7 days. When you break it down, it's like 50,
Unbelievable.
57 quid or something.
You couldn't stay in a
couldn't-
local
you can't-
Premier Inn for
No,
that.
you can't stay in a local Premier Inn and buy your food in Tesco.
No, you couldn't.
So you might as well go do it somewhere warm
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
with
isn't it?
unlimited beer. Like when you actually say it out loud, but obviously it's annoying. You can't go away on a package deal for like one night. Hi, I'm going away all inclusive for one day. If they did all inclusive for one day, that would be dangerous.
But it would cost like 300 quid though,
Yeah, I know, because they'd have to.
because it's the
Yeah,
how it's
they'd have
worked out, isn't it?
to work it out like that. But right, I suppose we better do. We better start somewhere, haven't we?
Probably. Have we
Right.
got a starter for 10?
We do. Well, this week was the week that the new pound coin came out.
Oh yeah.
Have you found one yet? Have
No,
you seen one?
there aren't any down here yet.
No,
Not yet.
I guess they launched them all in London.
They launched.
it's
There
from
was
the Mint.
I saw a list. There was a few places. I think Bristol, Bath, or something. They had some, but otherwise like Edinburgh.
Well, they're not going to.
Leeds,
Yeah, they're not
London.
going to get dispersed.
So
down
they need
here yet.
to work their way down.
But there's not long before the cut-off. That the old one.
Yeah, September, October, isn't it?
Yeah,
October?
where if you have any more,
Something
there
like that.
you can take them all into the bank and get them changed.
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
right.
But
And the new £10 note comes out in August.
is that the same as the 5?
It is.
Like a greasy one.
It is.
It's really cutting down the options for the vegetarian vegan society, isn't it?
I know. I don't know what they're going to do.
What are they going to do? They're going to be walking around with fiddies
Contactless.
only.
Contactless.
Contactless 20s and fiddies only. They're going to have to, which are hardly
Fiddies.
accepted anywhere.
No, it's too much. Too big.
Yeah, and also it
don't
just
even fit in
looks
the cash
dodgy.
drawer.
It just looks dodgy.
50s do look
It just
dodgy.
looks dodgy. Right. Yeah. Well, this news story is this news that it's that the BBC breakfast presenters had this new pound coin, and let's play some sound, see if it's the right sound levels.
I have my pound coin. Dan has actually lost his pound coin. The first pound coin down the back of the sofa already.
I went for the first toss of the new pound coin to do a sort of heads and tails thing, and it sort of disappeared down here somewhere.
Have you got it yet?
No.
Okay.
This is just glorious.
Looking, let's get the news, the travel, and the weather wherever you are. Hopefully, we will find that brand new pound coin in a few minutes.
Which is so good.
And then right at the end, he finds it.
Oh, did he find it?
Yeah.
Oh, he's found it.
He just pops up out the back of the sofa. He's like, got it.
He pops up with his hand over his head. Like, oh, got it. Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, Dan.
But that's just amazing because obviously it's
hilarious.
It's just the irony that how many pound coins get lost down the sofa anyway. And he's
the first
the
one.
First
the first one to
man.
lose the first.
It was on the
pound
27th
coin,
of March, so it was before they were released as well. So they probably weren't allowed to keep them.
No.
Probably
and he
not.
lost it.
So they were probably before the release date. They were obviously extremely rare.
Yeah, they released a load of testers out for test for companies to.
Well, yeah, because I've thought this because surely all new £1 coins aren't going to work in car park machines.
No, they will because they've had about 6 months or a year or whatever it is to make them work. So the Mint sends out like a few thousand of test coins, but they have.
You're telling me that every car park machine in the UK has been around.
Apparently,
it's not. They aren't going to.
But they have apparently they have inscribed in them like. Not test, but something like that.
Oh,
but people were selling them on eBay and stuff like before they were.
Well, of course.
But they're not legal tender.
No, but it's quite cool to have a pre-production coin.
Yeah, it would be really
if you're
cool.
into that.
Yeah,
we
because
talked
we
about
haven't
coin
seen
collecting before.
We haven't seen any of those in our lifetime.
No, I've
it's the
seen
first new coin in our lifetime. Although the £2 coin was 99, I think, 98.
Well, that must have been a new coin to us.
That was a new coin to us. That was a £2 coin.
Yeah, but this is this weird. It's 12-sided, so it's all to make it.
It's the same as the old threepenny bit, is it? Threepenny?
Yeah, but it's all to do with
same shape.
The whole coin shape thing is to do with making it harder to defraud.
That's right. Yeah,
because there's some crazy percentage of what coins.
It's a third, isn't it, of pound coins?
Yeah, are fraud.
I think.
Percentage of pound.
I think it's about
coins that
are fake.
It's quite a lot of effort to go through and faking coins.
Well, once you've built the machine, it isn't.
Really?
And then you just create £1 million coins in a couple of weeks.
Wait, the current. In 2015 it was a 3%, not a third.
Oh,
3%.
That's not a lot. I thought it was.
No, it wasn't a massive amount. But then, like you say, think how many pound coins there are going around.
Still quite a lot, though, isn't it? Say there's £1 billion coins.
There literally probably is.
What's that?
Which
3
means
million?
which means that there's so many of them.
300,000? No, 3 million.
3 million.
3 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fake money that somebody's managed to print.
Of money. And it costs the taxpayer.
Well, it
but
doesn't
they say the new pound coin at the moment costs more than its face value at the moment.
Or what? I'm not sure if it was true, but there was a time where
I don't know if that's true.
I'm sure like scrap metal rates meant that you could get more for a 2p than it was worth.
Yeah,
than it was worth. But I don't think that's. I mean, I highly doubt that. But I remember.
So obvious question: do you have any rare coins that you're aware of?
I don't know. I don't have anything rare. No, but I just thought it was too. The news was just too good for us to.
It's a good video if you haven't seen it. Go and watch it. It's like 20
for our
seconds
start.
long.
It wasn't that I had some sort of.
I
don't
collect coins
because when we talked about this, remember? Because we talked about the bloody
shield,
the shield and the football coins.
Oh, the football coins.
And we talked about Les Ferdinand.
Les Ferdinand, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had one. I don't remember which one.
So I've only ever done those, but I've never done. Yeah, I've never done that.
Well, that's stamps.
No, I never.
Do you collect anything?
No, not really. I don't like hoarding.
No,
I don't like hoarding all that stuff. I've got a drawer here that I tidied up this room, and I had a drawer that's all full of weird stuff. As per
this is the one that
the musical instrument drawer.
What else was in there?
What good stuff that's in my drawer? I'll find
this could
a
be
new
a feature.
item.
This could be. We need a new jingle. Good stuff in your drawer.
Here is I
have one of them.
Hedgehog that I've made.
I have one of them. That was made at a scout camp.
It was made at a scout camp.
I actually have.
So that's a hedgehog made out of a chunk of wood.
I don't think mine was a hedgehog. Mine was a snail.
That's impressive.
Oh my god, that's mad. I have one of them too.
This is weird. This is weird.
Okay.
I have a pot here that has 4 of my dog's teeth in it, and also a portacath that was implanted. It was like it's a method. It's something that was implanted in my chest to have drugs administered into. And when it was taken out, I remember, I must have been like 14 when it was taken out, 13 or 14. I thought it'd be really cool to ask the surgeon if I could have it. So he made sure that after he took it out in surgery, he came down and gave it to me in a pot.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
I've still got it. But I don't like taking it out of the pot. It makes me go a bit weird.
No, leave it in the pot.
Oh, it smells a bit odd as well. It smells like surgical
stuff.
Yeah, disappointing. It doesn't smell like the inside of my chest cavity. That would be quite funny. Whatever that smells like.
Blood, I imagine.
I hope not. It's not just blood in your chest, mate. It goes round inside the pipes. No, I think you're actually quite clean inside.
No, I think that's you're supposed to be, aren't you?
Yeah, I think you're just kind of hollow.
That's weird. Do you have I did biology, but I don't have a clue. Do you have?
There's not a lot of space. There's not enough airspace in there. There's not supposed to be air in there.
Yeah.
That's painful.
Yeah, not air, but I wonder if there's something else.
Because they inflate you. Because I watch a lot of like Embarrassing Bodies, Bizarre ER, and all those stuff. I live for that stuff. And when they do things like, I've watched quite a lot of the ones of fat people getting their stomachs reduced to the size of a walnut.
Yeah.
And obviously they have to make space in there, so they literally like do keyhole surgery and then put a bike pump on one of the holes and inflate them up to make space. But I imagine, I'm always astonished by how heavy-handed they are during surgery.
Yeah.
They are like orthopedic surgery where you see like bone stuff. Is like when
they get the saws out.
They've got a saw and they're just putting a pin into his femur, and there's a guy there with essentially what looks like a Stanley Fat Max hammer, like he's got it from home base.
It probably is.
Scrubbed it up.
It probably is.
And, yeah.
A hammer's a hammer.
A hammer's a hammer.
I mean, we've used them for hundreds of years. They're perfectly designed. You don't need some special medical hammer to hammer a nail into a bone, do you?
To hammer a big metal titanium rod.
Yeah. It's just use a Stanley from Trago.
Yeah, a Stanley Fat Max with added shock reduction.
Yeah, it's fiberglass, isn't it?
Yeah, but anyway, so it always amazes me how brutal they are and how lack of care they seem to have. They're very heavy-handed. Once you're asleep, they're like, "Oh, he's gone. Doesn't matter, mate. He's not going to see it."
Get the chainsaw out.
So, yeah, so they were. Then this has got me. I was watching. What's not bizarre? It's not Bizarre ER. Embarrassing Bodies, the gender swap edition. Right. This bloke was transitioning, and he had a surgery to make his face look more feminine.
Okay.
Right. You would not believe. If I get the feeling that if they'd showed him the video of this happening to him before,
he wouldn't have wanted to do
not
it.
in God's name would he have decided to go through with this. They cut along his hairline, peeled his forehead off,
wow,
and then chopped a chunk of his skull out with a chisel and a hammer. They shaved it off to make his forehead look more feminine, right? They broke his jaw, chopped it in half,
I've heard of that
to split it at the chin to make his chin more pointy instead of square. And God knows, they were like hitting him with hammers and stuff to get to do this. I can only imagine. It's like 6 months later, he returned to the clinic to see how he looked. I imagine he looked like he'd had been run over by a train the next morning after that.
Probably.
Like,
How did she look later though? Like after the.
If I'm honest, pretty similar. And also she has had to go home and watch the clip. I was, look, we're on telly tonight. And he's gone down and sat there
and he's just gone
watched this clip.
Green.
Watched this clip of his forehead being chiselled. And I'm like, there's like a risk. Well, there was a risk, whatever. Oh man, it blew my mind. It absolutely blew my mind. I was totally.
Is he happier now? She happier now though?
Yeah, it seemed to be. And that was all that mattered, really. But
good. I suppose if they make slight differences though in the way that the light falls on your face, and you can make up in a different way, it probably makes quite a big difference.
Yeah. I'll
But he'd have to shave like every day.
I think he'd done the whole.
Like some
This was the
treatment,
final. This was the final straw. I think he'd already had the.
Okay, cool. Yeah, fair
sorted.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, surely you still grow a beard though.
No, because you have hormones.
Oh, okay.
They give you hormones.
Okay, cool. I don't know a lot about gender reassignment.
No, I remember I watched a 7-minute animated video all about how they changed one.
Was it
once.
informative?
Very informative, but I was like, wow, I really like rabbit holed myself on YouTube here tonight, and then was like, yeah, but come on, there's going down a hole, and then there's watching a 7-minute animation on how you get your gender reassigned.
But you're more informed now.
Am I?
Yeah.
I think
Well, you knew that gender reassigned people don't have problems with beards. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, or maybe they just wax it off.
Maybe.
Imagine doing that.
Oh, waxing on your face. Your skin's so sensitive on your face, it would destroy you.
I think I remember. I know we've done this. I've done it.
Well, you've
It
waxed
did
your
it.
face.
Yeah, it happened. You know when
Why
when
did
you're
you
in
wax
sixth
your
form, and you know when you're in sixth form, and girls would go and buy Cosmopolitan magazine, and you'd get one of those adverts that came with a free Veet
Yes.
wax strip.
Yes.
Yeah, we chopped a Veet wax strip in half down the middle, so we got 2 for the price of 1.
Bargain.
Yeah, bargain. Got the back wet, and then stuck one went on
On
Jamie
your
Clifford's
face.
face, and one went on mine.
How much of a beard did you have, though?
It ripped my sideburn off. It was a 10.
Jesus.
It was a 10. It was so bad. It was so bad.
Jesus.
And also, it grows back quite quick.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, your hair on your head seems to go quite quick. There's a question. Does hair on your body grow at the same rate, no matter where it is? Because, like,
If
my
I
leg,
was to
like my
say-
leg hair, okay, has not changed in about 6 years.
yeah.
So, has it stopped, or do hairs continually fall out and it continually regrows? I mean, what's the situation here? Because my beard grows quite quickly and my hair grows. Obviously, everyone knows you get a haircut every 6 weeks.
Yeah. Men do.
Yeah.
The answer is generally yes.
What?
All hair grows at the same speed. The difference is that it doesn't grow for as long. So only for a few months. So the hair on your head, which grows for a few years, before eventually it does.
Like a hair.
Yeah, one hair grows for like a few years.
Fine.
But it does. There is like a.
So there is like a
finite
length, and it will
There is
stop.
like a length, because what happens is when each hair reaches its terminal velocity, its terminal length.
technical word.
Yeah, it's technical word. It drops out, or
right,
it obviously
it
falls out as we wash. So, for example,
Yeah, like
men,
leg hair, obviously,
men
when
with
you
leg
wash.
hair, it just falls out. It sheds at a certain length.
Yeah.
So presumably,
So that's the situation with leg hair.
leg hair.
So basically, the leg hair's
body
length
hair.
is a lot shorter than my
yeah,
head
the
hair will
follicle.
ever be.
Yeah, the follicle clearly can't support the weight of. If we were to let our head hair grow, it would grow for.
There you go. That's interesting.
That is interesting,
That's
and it's a
good
little bit
fact.
like when people who have these hair transplants.
Yeah.
You
Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, like Wayne Rooney, and there's a bloke on the rugby, and he was like the most ugly man in the world, Andy Good. He looked like a paedophile, racist, like paedophile,
Whoa.
rapist lord.
Whoa!
That's what I used to call him. His eyes would set
Oh my
too far back in his head.
god!
He was an odd-looking guy.
Poor guy.
Yeah, not anymore. He's fixed his hair up, and he's all right. He's
Isn't that
funny as hell.
strange though? How just your hair could make that much difference?
Yeah. Yes. So that was the Andy Good. He had one done, and obviously he took quite a lot of stick because he was in the public.
Yeah, well, so
he obviously
did Wayne
retired
Rooney.
from. Yeah, exactly. Well, Andy Good retired from the sport, then got his hair fixed, and then reappeared on BT Sport as a pundit the next season.
I think I know who you're talking
Straight
about.
away.
I don't know rugby, but I think I know who you're talking about.
Reappeared as a pundit, and then all the other pundits just ripped him.
Yeah, well, they always do.
Yeah,
don't
and but they
like
made
when
light
Hammond
of it.
had his teeth whitened.
Yeah, exactly. They made light of it, and it was all quite good. But
Yeah.
the process is actually quite interesting. They have to harvest the hair from somewhere else on your head. So if you're a proper
Baldy
head
McBald
shiner,
head.
if you're like Harry Hill,
Yeah.
he couldn't ever do it.
Okay.
So not everyone is actually eligible.
Can you get a hair donor?
I'm going to say no, because it would reject. Unless you
Sad.
took anti-rejection medicine for the rest of your life to stop your hair falling out.
So what? But Wayne Rooney was a bald.
Yeah, but he had it. No, he had the hair because he's got hair around the back, hasn't he? So if you've got if you've got like a Cyril Nutkins,
Can't you just take like your leg hair and put that?
well,
on
no,
your
you
head?
couldn't, could we? Because we've answered that question. Because it would be really wispy and it would all drop out.
Hair anywhere else on your body? No?
Yes. Okay, we go and reassign your pubic hair to your fringe, George. And let's see how that looks on your paint.
I was actually talking about beard hair, but okay.
Not everybody is blessed with such a thick,
Such a
luxurious carpet on their chin as you and I are able to perform.
We are very lucky.
We are. Some say lucky, some say
Blighted.
blessed, some say blighted. But
All comes down to not wanting to shave.
personal preference. Yeah. Also, all comes down to the fact that I'd have to shave like twice a day if I didn't want to be as rough as a piece of 80 grip. It grows so fast.
I don't know how fast mine grows because I haven't shaved for over 6 years. So I have no idea. Although my neck, I suppose, is an indication. That grows pretty quickly. It's probably about the same rate, isn't it, as your face? Well, it is now, we know. It is the same rate. So, yeah, no, it would grow. It's like a day.
but also because of the type of hair it is.
It's quite thick.
That's the thing.
Hair.
It's really
Beard hair.
thick and it's very wiry.
Yeah, it is.
Which means it's quite rough.
Yeah.
But sorry.
Although I've used beard oil, that helps.
What to soften?
Soften. Beard oil, and it gives it a shine.
It just looks a bit greasy.
No, it doesn't.
It smells like rich mahogany as well.
Yeah, actually, I had this. I don't actually use it that much anymore because I went off it. It was a bit, and it's irritating my face a bit. But I have sensitive skin. Anyway, I was using it, and I remember once I was talking to Jazz, girlfriend Jazz, and I was like, "Did you like this this beard oil? It's the smell. It's nice." And she was like, "Smells like curry." I was like, "Oh my god, what?" She was like, "Yeah, I didn't want to tell you, but it smells like curry." So of course, then I smell it, and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, it does smell like curry. You can't unsmell it.
It smells like curry, but it's like cedar wood and
sandalwood
something.
oil and all those things.
Yeah, but yeah, it smells like curry.
I shaved off my beard, like I wet shaved it off for New Year's Eve. Obviously, I did Pablo Escobar fancy dress, and on New Year's Day by 4 p.m.
You had a beard.
Well, on pictures, I shaved on New Year's Eve at like 2 p.m. No, earlier, 11 in the morning because we went and watched the rugby. Yeah. And on the photos, and I did actually was clean. I was clean. And on the photos in the evening, I have a beard.
So the photos over the course of the night.
Over the course of the evening, I slowly
have more of a beard.
I have more of a beard. And by the morning, by 4 p.m. the next day, I was rough. I was actually rough to the touch, and it was quite uncomfortable. Yeah, so that's the reason why I have the beard.
Brilliant.
And also now, I swear, this bit isn't the normal bit that does bother me. It grows so far up my cheeks.
So far. It
practically
tickles
into
my eyes. Yeah, I have the same problem.
It joins.
Yeah, it's like joins
That's
with,
not
your,
okay.
with your eyelash.
And I found
eyebrow.
a proper beard hair on the end of my nose. It's like, right, I'm plucking you out, mate. That's not there. That's not okay.
Do you reckon we would just go full monkey if we left it?
No, I think it would just go really square. Have you been watching Mutiny? The Channel 4 show about the men on the boats?
I wanted to watch it. I forgot, to be honest. It was on.
It's really interesting.
Is it good? Because I watched the SES guys.
Yeah.
He's
I
great.
had a different...
Who's on it? Because it's the main SES guy.
It's just the main SES dude.
Oh, not the other guy, Foxy or whatever.
No, it was just the main dude.
He was a...
Yeah, he was a nutter.
Badass.
Right.
Like, he ran up Penny Fan like it was nothing. He's like a retired...
Yeah.
He's like late 30s or 40s or something. And he just ran up Penny Fan.
He obviously still was mega fit.
Mental. Absolutely mental.
And he's called Ant, isn't he? Ant Middleton, I think his name was.
Ant.
I kind
of
saw him on that show and thought, oh man, he can't be that. When I saw him on the SES one, he's like, oh great, he's been in the SES for a while now. He's like,
and he didn't really do a lot.
He didn't seem to do a lot. He was in charge and all this.
Sauntered around.
Well, once you obviously put him on this little boat where there was no place to hide,
it's mental.
It was a 24-foot yacht, 24-foot tub
that
they sailed from. Well, they got dropped off where the original Mutiny on the Bounty happened with Captain
Cook.
No.
British.
Yes. Mutiny.
I'm no good with sailors.
Mutiny on the Bounty. HMS Bounty Mutiny. What's it called? Captain.
Hook?
No, it's not Captain Hook.
Jack Sparrow?
Captain Bligh.
Oh.
Captain Bligh. They dropped him off. Where the rough place where that was. Well, they know accurately where it was from his diary, on a boat that was the same, like a replica,
Equivalent, yeah.
with a similar-ish type of crew. So like one carpenter, one little doctor man, with fairly limited supplies and whatever. And obviously the seas in the South Pacific were absolutely bonkers, even on this thing.
So
But
were they
I
all
thought-
professional sailors then?
No. There was one professional sailor, and the others guys were just like a GP.
But Ant, he could...
No.
I mean,
He was just a hard man.
So
but there
he
was-
hadn't been in...
No, he'd obviously done
because
some...
he was SAS, not
Yeah, but
SBS.
he'd done some sailing. But, nothing crazy. There was one
Okay.
guy who'd done the Vendée Globe, so he was like a
so
legit
he knew
proper...
what he was doing then.
But, I mean... So one guy had credit... there was another bloke who did a kid who did a lot of sailing and had done like some big boats. So, he was,
So
like,
they weren't
sailing
just
command.
general
They weren't
members
just-
of the public?
Yeah, well, they were. 6 of them were just
Oh,
general.
but there were
There were like
probably
3
platoon.
sailors
okay,
who'd
cool.
done
And
it.
who? Ant was in charge, was he?
Yeah, but I thought... Oh, it can't be how he proved himself. He was proper hard. Like ridiculously...
Yeah.
Ridiculously.
I bet he just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes as well.
Yeah, he was
Like,
he was
no
mad, and like
technology.
the seas were genuinely terrifying, even
Yeah.
captured on the. The funniest thing about
Captured
that
on
show,
their GoPros,
essentially right.
which batteries they'd have to change every day.
Yeah, but they obviously were given. No, it wasn't just GoPros. It was like cameras and stuff. There was a support boat, but the boat would like go off miles away. But that would have only been to change
Batteries.
batteries. It was kept legitimately authentic, and they all got ill. They all got things and they all had like
Really?
septic wounds and stuff, and because of
From cuts and things.
cuts and things that just you couldn't.
You wouldn't think you'd get septic in the sea.
Yeah, I thought this maybe, but obviously it's just
Except
salt. The salt would clean. You'd be able to keep your
kill
wounds
the bacteria,
clean.
but if the bacteria is in the sea, then
yeah, well then you could get. But they all had this guy, this like nasty as hell looking thing on his shin. One guy had to leave the trip because his hand swelled up like 3 times the size, and they were basically like,
swelled up like
"Mate, you
balloons.
need to go on a trip now because otherwise you're going to get sepsis." And you'll die. So you need to leave the trip now.
Jesus.
But even it's funny, like the likelihood of when you had the people on the trip dropping like that, the likelihood of the actual mutiny, the story of Mutiny on the Bounty happening was even less likely. But it was just a crazy TV show. But obviously, because it was a TV show and they had to, the style of those shows is they record a little bitchy piece about each other.
Yeah.
How would you record a bitchy piece about somebody when you're on
When
a
they're sat next to
23-foot
them.
boat? Well, it's hilarious, isn't it? You just sort of face away from them and point the camera at your head.
Yeah, so
And go,
Johnny's been a
I'm
bit
really
of a
not.
knobhead.
We're not getting on well
Just
with Chris
sick of
at the
him.
moment. Yeah,
He's not pulling his weight.
that's exactly. Honestly, it was like that. But Johnny
He
sat
keeps
3
eating
foot
all
away.
the food, and he keeps stealing my water rations, and I'm not getting on with him.
It's like you've almost watched the show, George. Literally, that's
Brilliant.
what it's like. But no, I really
I'll have to
enjoyed
catch
it.
it on catch up.
It was good, yeah, and it's on all 4. Good catch-up service.
All 4.
Yeah, not plugging anything. But anyway, no, that is a good.
We don't work for Channel 4.
I wish we did.
That'd be quite good.
It'd be all right. Channel 4 looked after us, wouldn't it?
It'd be great.
Right.
Free beer.
That concludes the personal messages. We continue with music.
Right. In classic, like our sort of new fashion, where we sort of get sidetracked before we
Ribbit
even start.
rabbit. Yep.
But anyway, that was enjoyable.
It was. It always is.
That was a laugh. We talked about all-inclusive holidays,
We did, yeah.
and then we started talking about pound coins,
Yes, the new pound coin and other currency.
and then we talked about fraudulent currency.
Yeah, and whether either of us had any collections of things.
Somehow we got on to.
You went through. What was in
I
your
went
drawer.
through my rummage through my
What's in
drawer.
my drawer?
What's in my drawer? Then I found surgery. I found my my weird portacath implant. Then we talked about surgery. We talked about gender reassignment.
Yeah, logically.
And then we talked about, well, it was just bizarre ER. And then we talked about Mutiny on the Bounty.
Yeah, I don't know.
Captain
You've got his
Bligh.
name already. Bligh. What?
Captain Bligh. Yeah, well, that was a bloody journey.
I still don't
All
understand
while drinking
how it
Erdinger.
happens. Yeah, good beer.
Good beer, the cloudy
Great
beer.
Great continental.
It's quite nice.
Weiss
I'm
beer.
really- I'm
bit
really-
different to like a normal lager. Like
I'm
it's
really
not just
rating
like,
this.
It's not like Stella. It's just a bit. bit different.
It's not like last week's party beer
Oh my
that had a
God.
spirity aftertaste.
Last week's blow your face off devil beer.
Yeah, I'm digging the devil beer. That's going to make a comeback. That's going to make a star for 10 comeback.
Erdingham. It's nice.
Right.
If anyone's got any beer suggestions, please tell us.
Yeah, ping them in.
Because we've tried about 40-something beers now.
Yeah, we're
pretty much
worked out-
exhausting all the supermarkets, so...
We've worked our way through, and also we haven't repeated very many. We have genuinely,
Yeah, we have.
We
It's
have
at least
genuinely
40
had a lot of
something.
beers.
Yeah.
I've got some good stuff in under the cupboard under the stairs.
Ah, exciting.
When I go to if I go to a place like
Somewhere different.
Exeter Waitrose has an aisle the size of the normal cereal aisle of just world beers, and I'm like, this is me now. This is okay. This is good.
But any other suggestions, get them in.
Yes.
On Twitter or anywhere.
You up to anything this week?
No. Just work.
Just the usual.
Just work.
Just work. Just ticking along.
You?
I'm hopefully going to Brands Hatch on
Ooh.
Sunday. We're going racing. First race of the season.
That'd be really good.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And then that's that really.
Cool.
Nothing too exciting.
Great.
Yeah. So beer suggestions. Hit us up on Twitter
Yes, please. And generally get in touch.
at StarFor10Pod.
Be nice to speak to people.
Yes. Just get in touch.
Tell us if we said something wrong. We covered a lot of ground there today.
Oh, and also this week somebody sent me a link to it was Prince whatever's first birthday, and he was cited as a lizard.
Well, obviously.
Well,
Prince
yeah.
who? Prince... Whose first birthday would it be?
Prince George turns 18 in lizard years. That was the news story.
On that note.
On that note, right. See you later. Next time. Bye.
Lizard.